In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 10, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. San Antonio Spurs versus Miami Heat. The Miami Heat play host to the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday night in a crucial showdown from FTX Arena. The Spurs hit the road struggling to get much going to start this season off, as their 7-18 record, good for second worst in the Western Conference, has left quite a bit to be desired. For the Heat, they've dropped off in a huge way since last year themselves, though are hoping that welcoming the Spurs to town can help to right things. Last year, these two teams squared off twice, with the Heat taking the season sweep, so there's no doubt that the Spurs will be looking to flip the script in this one. Looking at the betting trends, the Spurs are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 road games, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a losing record, and 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The Heat are 3-13-1 against the spread in their last 17 home games, 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games against a team with a losing record, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in Miami. The Spurs are 2-5-1 against the spread in the last 8 meetings overall, and the Spurs are 7-2-1 against the spread in the last 10 meetings in Miami. The Spurs are again missing Keita Bates, Diop, and Jakob Poeltl, with Devin Vassell listed as questionable, while the Heat should have almost all of their players available except for Gabe Vincent, who has been ruled out. When looking at the adjusted net ratings provided by Dunks and Threes, there is a huge difference, as Miami is 18th in the sport with a -1 rating, while San Antonio is last in the NBA with a -11.2 rating so far. Looking at the defense as of late, there is a large difference, as the Spurs are allowing 126 points in their previous 5 games, while the Heat are giving up 109 points in their last 3 games. The Spurs were the coldest team in the league before Thursday's win over the lowly Rockets, but the Heat are a major step up in competition, and I think they'll be too good in this one here. The Heat are only 3-13-1 against the spread in their last 17 home games, but they are now healthier than they have been for a while now. I'm not excited to lay big chalk with the hit or miss Miami Heat, but the Spurs continue to make a case as one of the worst teams in the league. The Spurs have not only lost 10 of their last 11 games, but they lose by an average of 11 points on the season, 13 points on the road, and 12.5 points in the underdog role. The Spurs are not only losing, but they're getting blown out in most of these losses, so the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the last 3 games between these teams, San Antonio is averaging 104 points per game, while Miami is scoring 101 points per game in that same stretch. Neither team is getting to the free throw line enough this season, as well as the Spurs are 29th in basketball with 19.6 free throw attempts per game thus far, while the Heat are 22nd in the NBA with 22.5 free throws per game so far. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Indiana Pacers. The Brooklyn Nets look for a second straight win on Saturday when paying a visit to the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, to play the Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn faces the Atlanta Hawks on Friday at home before traveling to Indiana on Saturday. Indiana also plays the second part of a back-to-back when hosting Brooklyn on Saturday after playing at home on Friday night against the Washington Wizards. Ben Simmons is probable for Brooklyn, while Yuta Watanabe and Alonzo Williams are out. Chris Duarte and Daniel Theis are out, while Isaiah Jackson, James Johnson, and Jalen Smith are questionable for Indiana. Looking at the betting trends, the Nets are 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 1-3-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Pacers are 20-7 against the spread in their last 27 games, playing on 0 days rest, 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 home games, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 26-6-1 in the last 33 meetings in Indiana, and the Nets are 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 meetings overall. Brooklyn is slowly getting back to good health, and that has resulted in better play on the court for the Nets with 5 victories injuries in the last 6 games. On the other side of the coin, Indiana continues to struggle with injuries as 4 players are either questionable or probable for Saturday, and 2, Daniel Thays and Chris Duarte are out. The Pacers have struggled, failing to cover the spread in 4 out of the last 5 and are 1-4 straight up over that same stretch. The Pacers are giving up too much on the defensive end as Miles Turner does not have enough help on the boards and in protecting the rim. Indiana is allowing an average of 116.1 points per game, which is 25th, and opponents are hitting long-range jumpers at a rate of 36.7% behind the three-point line, which is 23rd in the league. This line is a bit surprising as the Brooklyn Nets are playing their best ball of the season and the Indiana Pacers entered last night, losing their last 5 games by an average of 11 points. I don't understand why this line is this soft, as it's 2 teams heading in different directions, so the Brooklyn Nets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Nets are averaging 111 points per game and 110 points per game on the road. They averaged 116 points per game in their last 3 games against the Pacers. With Indiana giving up 114.5 points per game at home, the Nets will hit their average in this game. The Pacers are averaging 115 points per game and 118 points per game at home. They averaged 121 points per game in their last 3 games against the Nets. The Nets and Pacers played over the total in 4 of their last 5 meetings. With Brooklyn giving up 111 points per game on the road, the Pacers will score enough points to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Clippers versus Washington Wizards. The Los Angeles Clippers travel to D.C. to take on the floundering Washington Wizards on Saturday night. The game will mark the return of John Wall to Washington for the first time since he was traded away in December of 2020. Wall is expected to get the start at point guard for the Clippers, who have lost 2 straight and are just 4-6 in their last 10. Looking at the betting trends, the Clippers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a losing record and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Wizards are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games, 37-16-2 against the spread in their last 55 games playing on 0 days rest, and 2-7-2 against the spread in their last 11 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 25-9 in the last 34 meetings overall, and the Clippers are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings overall. Despite Wall's emotional return, the Clippers enter this game with many injuries and a weakened bench. Jackson and Powell are 2 of the Clippers' better long-range shooters, and they will be missed against a Wizards team that has been scoring at a high rate despite its losing streak. Furthermore, Washington is 3-1 this season in back-to-back games. This season, the Clippers have staked their claim on scoring, defense, and rebounding, but the Wizards are nearly as effective on the boards and shoot the ball at a high rate. The Wizards should be able to snap their losing streak against an inconsistent Clippers team, so the Washington Wizards to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Wizards are ranked 20th in pace of play this season despite their recent scoring run that has seen the team average roughly 2.5 more points per game than their season average. The Clippers come in with a pace of play ranking 23rd in the NBA. Without the service of both Jackson and Powell in this game, the Clippers will have trouble putting up high point totals in this matchup. Look for a bit of a defensive struggle as the Clippers try to play at a pace that suits their offensive challenges. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.